So thank you guys so much for hopping on. We have an awesome guest speaker tonight on our call. Um, she is going to share all about challenge groups with us because she is a master at challenge groups. I just want to talk a little bit about Kelli. Kelli and I have been success partners for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually met Kelli last year at Summit, like very briefly. And she was like, oh my gosh, I've seen some of your posts, and my husband plays professional baseball. Your husband plays professional basketball. And so we kind of connected over that common, thread of being like athletes' wives. And she was like, I can totally relate to some of the stuff you've been going through and stuff. And so we connected after that on social media, and we just had a lot in common. And so we were like, I had posted somewhere about, looking for someone to help hold me accountable. And that was kind of in the same place as in their business as I was. And she was like, I think we would be great success partners. So we connected. We've been success partners for the past few months. And basically what we do is we, kind of check in with each other. We just support each other. We run ideas through each other. We hold each other accountable and kind of just help one another, like really take our business to the next level. And so if you guys don't have a success partner, I highly suggest getting one, or ask your coach, like if there's anybody you could connect with that's in the same place as in their business that you are. And it's really, really valuable to have a success partner. And I know we've both definitely been seeing our businesses grow since we've been working together. So it's really awesome. So Kelli, let me tell you a little bit about Kelli. Kelli is, like I said, she is a baseball wife. She is a mom of 2 little boys, and she is also an elite coach. So last year she was an elite coach. Her team was ranked number 59 out of like over 400,000 teams. So they did really well. She is a 7-star diamond elite coach. She's an SC10 legend. So that means she's earned SC10 for the past 36 months in her business, which is amazing. And like I said, she is a master at running challenge groups. Like when we first started talking, she was like, I was just so impressed with how she got people so excited to get in her challenge groups. She was in the 22-minute hardcore test group, and she just had like crazy amounts of people in her challenge group. And I was like, how are you doing this? And she gave me tips on how she runs her challenge groups and stuff like that. And so that's what she's going to do tonight. And I'm really excited for her to share all her tips with you guys, because she's just so kind of crafted this skill, perfected her skill in this area, and she's going to give us some great information. And really, it's just going to help us just be able to inspire more action in people through, social media and how we promote. And it's going to help us be able to just serve more people and take other people to the next level in their health and fitness goals and, coaching. And she's going to talk a little bit about how she transitions her challengers into coaches too, because she's really great at that. So I hope that I know she's going to give us some awesome tips tonight. And I hope you guys are, diligently taking notes on this call if you can, if you don't have a baby in your arms right now. And you're just excited to listen to what she has to say. So I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to let Kelli kind of take it away.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much. And I have to second what Jackie said. It's been really cool bouncing ideas off each other. And it's interesting because both of us have been very successful, but we run our businesses completely different, which has been really interesting to see. So it's been invaluable to have Jackie to bounce ideas off of. So I second, if you don't have a success partner, especially it's really cool to reach out to someone outside of your team too. So, reach out to Jackie, or if my coaches are listening to this, reach out to me, and maybe we can even cross-connect people on our teams, because then you get even better ideas, because you're just completely in a different network and different ideas going. So like Jackie said, challenge groups have been the bread and butter of my business since I started. And that's actually how I became a coach. Is I joined a challenge group. My first son was a year old, and we move a ton because my husband plays baseball, so I can't get a gym membership, nor did I want to take my son into the nasty gym daycares. So at-home workouts were kind of my only option. And a friend of mine who was also a baseball wife had become a coach, and she started sharing her journey on social media. And she had a six-pack, and she looked amazing. And so I kind of reached out to her and asked what she was doing. And she was doing Turbo Fire, so I jumped in a challenge group with her, and I instantly fell in love with the accountability, with just the group of ladies. We were all cheering each other on. I finally felt like someone cared that I was working out, because I think that's the hardest thing. Like, either you go to a gym or you're working out at home by yourself, and it feels like nobody cares how you're doing, if you're being successful, if you're reaching your goals. But all of a sudden, I was in this challenge group with ladies that really cared how I was doing, and they were reaching out to me, and I just fell in love with it. So I decided to jump in and coach after I was in my challenge group. So when I first signed up, I remember having a getting started right call with my upline coach, and she asked me, okay, like, what's your plan for growing a team? And I said, well, I'm going to run challenge groups, and I'm going to get my coaches from my challenge groups, because that's how I signed up. So she was kind of like, okay, well, that works. Go ahead and try it. So I did. And from day one, I've been running 1 to 2 challenge groups a month. And I've, like Jackie had said, hit at least Success Club 10 every single month by filling those challenge groups, getting people buying challenge packs, running great challenge groups, and then finding my coaches from those challenge groups. So that's how I've run my business from day one. So I'll give you guys some ideas for how I fill my challenge groups, how I promote them on social media, how I get people interested, and how I keep it fresh, because I am 3 years into the business, and I have to kind of switch things up and try new things and post differently, because if I'm doing the same thing I was 3 years ago, my entire audience would be bored. So I'll give you some of the tips and things that I have been doing. And yeah, so first things first, and I know you guys are probably going to roll your eyes when you hear this, but you have to be doing the 3 vital behaviors. So none of the things that I'm going to share with you are going to work if you're not laying the groundwork by doing the 3 vital behaviors. So you need to be posting 3 times a day on social media. You need to be sharing your story. You have to be a product of the product. You have to prove that the products work and that you like them. You have to be doing your personal development, because that's going to come across in how you're posting, in the conversations that you're going to have. So the 3 vital behaviors are kind of the groundwork for where all of this starts. So I'm going to start first by talking about how I promote a challenge group. So the first thing that I like to do when I'm sitting down to plan my month, and I learned this at the New Leadership Conference, Melanie Mitro shared it, where she kind of plans out her month and splits it up into 2 separate groups. So the first half of the month, she focuses on filling her challenge groups and hitting Success Club. And then the second half of the month, she focuses on reaching out to potential coaches and recruiting to her team. So I started doing that last year, and it actually really made this much easier for me, because I felt like I had a focus when I was posting on social media. I wasn't just all over the place. One day I was posting about my challenge group, and the next day I was posting about joining my team, and then the next day back on my challenge group, and then, hey, coaching has been amazing for this reason. So it kind of made me focus. So the first 2 weeks of the month, I focus on my challenge group and hitting Success Club. And then I switch my focus all the way to coaching. And that's nice too, because then people don't get sick of hearing my challenge groups. They get a 2-week break from hearing about any sort of challenge group. And that's when I'm just switching my focus and talking about coaching. So they get a break there. So I promote for at least 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks before the start date of my challenge group. And I post 2 to 3 times a week about my challenge, about the challenge group. A lot of my coaches will come to me and say they're frustrated because no one wants to join their challenge group. And the first thing I ask them is, how many times did you post about it? Because if you just post about it one time, then maybe someone will be watching in the background and thinking about it, but won't pull the trigger. But if you had posted it a few times and they keep on seeing it on social media, then maybe a week and a half in, they'll finally message you and say that, okay, what is this challenge group you've been talking about? The other reason is people aren't always on social media. So if you only post it one time and someone that might be interested wasn't on Facebook, then they're not going to see it. So the more you can post, the better. So 2 to 3 weeks before the start date and 2 to 3 times a week, you want to be posting about your challenge group. And I post both on my regular page and my fitness page and my Instagram. So I'm posting in all 3 of those places. But I am a little bit careful on my regular page that I use the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time I am posting about my personal life, my kids, what's going on in our life. And then 20% of the time I'm talking about Beachbody. So that's the only difference between my fitness page and my regular page. But I do post about my challenge group on my regular page. The other thing I do is I pick a theme of the group. So for right now, I'm talking about becoming summer strong. And I'm talking to moms that have had babies and that are trying to get their body back and get strong for summer. So pick a theme that talks to your audience. So think about who you're trying to reach and talk to them and pick a group that's going to relate to them. All right, the second thing is inviting. So there's so many different ways to invite people to a challenge group. And I do a combination of all of these things every month. It just kind of depends. But I'm always mixing it up and trying different things. So one thing that is super important is to be building relationships. So you can start working from a list. So make a list of people that, if you haven't done this already, make a list of people that you think would be interested, or a list of people that you would want to be on your dream team, and start sending them hey girl messages. And this is something our upline talks a lot about. I'm not sure if you guys do, but you just send them a hey girl message. And an example of that is, hey girl, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a while. How's your baby doing? It looks like they just turned 2. I'm thinking of Jackie right now. It's so, I love seeing pictures of her. And just let the conversation flow naturally. You don't have to bring up Beachbody. You just want to start a conversation with people and start building relationships. And then 4 to 5 days later, you can actually message them again and say something like, I can't get you out of my mind since the last time we chatted. I have my challenge group starting in a couple weeks. I would love a girl like you in the group. You would be so motivating and inspiring to the rest of the people in the group. Would you be interested in joining us? So if you wait that 4 to 5 days, it doesn't come off that you only message them to invite them to the challenge group. So message them first, kind of get a conversation going, wait a few days, and then you can invite them to join your challenge group. So that's kind of the hey girl method. The other thing I've done is I've created an event. I normally like to create events when we have brand new workout programs, because then it feels like someone's a part of something. So when 22-minute hardcore just came out, I created an event and made it a 22-minute hardcore test group. And I invited specific people to that group. I can't tell you how much it frustrates me when people invite me to an event and you can tell they've invited every single person in their friends list on Facebook to that event. So don't be that person. I even get invited to fitness challenges from other Beachbody coaches just because they literally invited everybody from their Facebook friend list. So really go through your friends list if you're going to create an event, and invite only people that aren't Beachbody coaches and people who you think would be interested, and maybe even people that you've been connecting with, doing those hey girl messages, or people you've been commenting on their picture and reaching out to them because they're on your dream team list. Invite those people to your event. And then after you invite them, send them a private message. And this is kind of the key thing when you're running an event. Send them a private message because, we are all getting invited to events and added to groups, and it's so hard and overwhelming to keep up with everything. So if you just invite someone to an event and then never really reach out to them, they honestly may not even see it and just miss it. So after I invite them to an event, I send them a message like this. I say, hey there, I just invited you to an event and I wanted to fill you in so you weren't like, what is this? LOL. It's a 60-day online fitness group where we will all be doing the same workout. These groups are so much fun and a great way to stay accountable and motivated. They have helped me so much the past couple years. And I really want to get a fun group of ladies together that want to get after it and get in shape for 2016. So not sure if it would be your thing at all, but for some reason your name popped into my head and I thought you would be an awesome inspiration to the other ladies. Anyway, check out the event and let me know if you want to be a part of it. So I send them something like that so they feel special and that I really purposely thought of them when I was creating or when I invited them to the event. Okay. The other thing I do is I post on my fitness page. But we all know fitness pages are really tricky. And even if you post the most amazing post ever, you put a lot of thought into it, if Facebook doesn't feel like posting it in the newsfeed, nobody's going to see it. And I honestly, there have been so many times I will post a random post on my fitness page and 100 people like it and see it and are commenting and engaged. And I'm so confused. And then I'll post something about a challenge group that, I put a lot of thought into with a really pretty picture that I really thought about, and 10 people will see it. And it absolutely drives me crazy. And I don't know if you guys have the same frustration with like pages on Facebook, but they drive me crazy. One thing I've started doing is kind of taking control of the posts that I want people to see. So every month, I am boosting a post for my challenge group, and I boost a post about coaching, and then I run a daily like ad on my page. And the reason I do the daily like ad is because I feel like that gets more eyes on my page. I swear when I'm running that like ad, more people are seeing my posts. And maybe it's Facebook rewarding me for spending money, but whatever. So I run that daily like ad. And then, like I say, I boost a challenge group post. So I post a challenge group post with a call to action, make sure there's a call to action, and then I boost it. I normally boost it for $20 to $30 a month. And that gets me outside of my network and reaching out to more people that I don't know, and people that are on my like page that maybe haven't reached out to me. But that boosted post really helps me expand my network and reach out to other people. So I always boost a post every month about my upcoming challenge group. The next thing is follow up with people who have said no to you in the past. Create a no list and keep going back to those people. I normally send someone a message, every couple months and just say, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. I know the last time we chatted, you were interested in a fitness group, but it wasn't a good time for you. Just want you to know you're still on my list of someone to reach out or someone to help. Let me know if you're interested this month. And just reach out to them again. And I've gotten more challengers that way by reaching out to someone 2 to 3 months after they had said no to me. Another thing you can do is create a no list of email addresses. So I don't know if you collect email addresses when you're talking to someone, but it's a great idea. And then you can keep a no list of email addresses of people that had said no to you. And you can create a template on MailChimp.com. It's totally free. And you can actually send out monthly newsletters to these people who have said no to you. Or you can send out information about your upcoming challenge group to this list of people that have said no to you. It's a great way to kind of follow up with them and stay in contact with them, so when they are ready, that you will be top of mind. I also track everybody that I've spoken to. So this kind of goes with the follow-up. I have an Excel spreadsheet where I write down everybody's name, where I talked to them, whether it was on Instagram, my fitness page, or on my regular Facebook page, and where we were in the conversation, what workout they were interested in, and whether they committed or they didn't commit. So that's something I go back to all the time. I'll scan back through my Excel spreadsheet and just look at who I talked to and who I haven't talked to, and then reach back out to the people that had told me no in the past. So I basically am talking to a combination of cold and warm leads every month. And I'm probably talking to 50 people a month, if not more. And I had listened to a great video from Andrea Crowder last year. And she was talking about how basically you get someone to say yes for every 10 people you talk to. So if you're trying to hit Success Club 5, you have to talk to 30 people about your challenge group. So then you'll get 3 people to commit to joining your challenge group. So same thing if you're trying to hit Success Club 10, you'll need to be talking to 50 people. So, that's where you can even just get a piece of paper or an Excel spreadsheet and number it 1 through 50 and make sure that you're talking to 50 people about your challenge group every month. Some months I don't have to talk to that many people, and then some months I feel like I'm talking to more than that. I remember one month I actually had posted this on my team page. I had talked to 54 people and only 3 people had purchased from me. So, it's frustrating and you hear no a lot, but the more people you're reaching out to, the more chances you have of people committing. So, Jackie, was there anything else you wanted me to go over as far as that? I was going to kind of go into what now once they're interested, and then talk about the coaching thing.
Yeah, no, I think that was perfect. If anybody does have any questions, you can just pop them in the chat box and, as far as that goes. But no, I think that was awesome. I think that gives everybody an idea of how you promote and how many people you're talking to. Like it does take, you can't just talk to 10 people and expect that, all 10 people are going to join your challenge group. You've got to be talking to lots of people every single day. So That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll just keep going.
Okay.
So now if someone says they're interested in joining your challenge group and you're like, what? Now what? What do I do? How should I message back to them? How do I get them to commit and actually join my group? So the first thing I always do is I send them a message back and ask them for their goals. So I'll say something like, hey, I'm so excited to tell you more about the challenge group. First, can you fill me in a little bit more about your fitness goals? What kind of workouts do you like? Do you like cardio, weight training, a combination of both? How's your nutrition? Do you suffer with cravings or anything like that? Fill me in. And I wait for them to respond. There's a couple of reasons why I do this. The first reason is if someone isn't going to take the time to send me a message back with that information, then they're not going to commit to doing a challenge group. They're not going to commit to doing a full workout program, and they're probably not going to buy anything from me anyway. So I kind of like to put the ball back in their court and see how serious they really are. The second reason I do it is I want to figure out where their needs are. What do they need? And it's going to give me an avenue for talking about the products and how they're going to help them. So if they come back and say they're a busy mom, they don't have a lot of time, they like a combination of cardio and weight training, they really struggle with their nutrition, they have really bad cravings, that just opens the door for all of the things you can talk to them about why a challenge pack would help them. Like 21-day fix challenge pack would be perfect because it's a combination workout and you get the meal plan that's going to make it easy for you and it's quick and you can have Shakeology. It's going to help you with your cravings. It just kind of gives you all of the little, just like the little ins for telling them why this is going to be so great for them. And I always try to reach it back to their goals and how it's going to help them reach what they're looking for. And when I do message them back with what workout program I think would work for them and why Shakeology is amazing, I give them all of the information up front. I'm very straightforward because I don't want to spend time messaging someone back and forth for 10 messages and then we finally get to the cost and they're like, oh, I thought this was free. Or, oh, I can't afford it. Or, so in my second message back to them, I give them 1 or 2 options for a workout and I lay it all out there. This is how much it costs. This is what you get. And I can send you my script that I use, Jackie, or I can kind of go over it a little bit. But basically I start off by just saying, I think this group would be amazing for you because of X, Y, and Z. Based on your goals, I think this workout would be great because it's a combination of, weights and cardio. It will really work your abs. Plus, you're going to be in an amazing group of people just like you, so you're going to have lots of motivation along the way. And then I say that what date our group is going to start. I tell them what date they would have to order their kit by to get it in time. Then I tell them everything that's included in their kit. So you get your workout on DVDs, you get the meal plan, you get 1 month of Shakeology. I tell them why Shakeology is so amazing. I keep it short, quick, and to the point. Just, Shakeology is an amazing meal replacement shake that helps curb cravings, improve digestion, increase energy, reduce bloating. And I tell them, I think that alone is going to make the biggest difference for you. Because you want to sell Shakeology. You want to make it sound like this amazing drink, which it is, but you have to sell it to people that don't really get it. I tell them it's super quick and easy and healthy. And then I tell them they have a 1 month subscription to Beachbody On Demand. And the cost of the challenge pack is whatever. I have 5 spots left. Let me know if you want me to hold one for you. Talk to you later. And then I wait to hear back and see what they have to say. If they really can't afford it, I talk to them about doing Beachbody On Demand for 30 days and trying it. I talk to them about ordering the workout without Shakeology. So, but my first initial cost that I give them is the challenge pack. I just act like Shakeology and everything comes together in one big kit that they get, and there isn't an option to split it up. And that really helps you hit Success Club. If you're telling them, oh, well, it's, $60 for 21 Day Fix by itself, or you can spend an extra $100 for Shakeology. I mean, it's a no-brainer. People aren't going to spend the extra $100. So I never really like to give them that option. Make sure that you create a sense of urgency, a deadline for ordering, and that there's limited spots. And tell them you will not hold their spot until they purchase. I always, once people say, okay, I'm in, how do I purchase? I send them the link and I say, as soon as I see your enrollment go through, I will save your spot in the group. Because you have to create that sense of urgency again. Like once you send them that link to order, you need them to go buy it and not let it sit in their email and let them overthink it and not buy it. So, and I always use the coachmobile.teambeachbody.com site on my phone or on my computer to send them a direct link. Or I use the BB Links app. I don't know if you guys have been using that. I downloaded it on my phone and it's amazing. It's BB Links. Or I use coachingcodes.com. And I like to have control over their purchase. So I'm always either sending them a link or sending them that Coach Mobile email directly to their email, because I never send someone to my Beachbody website. So that's kind of how I create that sense of urgency and get people to commit. And I use that template all the time, and makes it super quick and easy for me to talk to a lot of people. Now, once I get them in my challenge group, my whole entire goal of my challenge group is to get them to get results so that they get hooked on the products and they start talking to their friends and family about it. And people are asking them, what are you doing? How are you getting these results? So my challenge group is all about having them post consistently, sharing their Shakeology, posting something motivational. I have a weekly most inspirational person. So every Sunday they vote on the most inspirational person for the week. And that just encourages them to be more active, because people are competitive and they want to be the most inspirational person. They want to motivate people and reach out to people. So every Sunday we have a most inspirational person. And then halfway through the group, I message every single person in my group. And I'm either telling them, hey, where are you? I haven't seen you posting in a while. How are you doing? How are you liking the workouts? Or I'm sending them this message that says, you are amazing. Keep posting. I love seeing your motivation and inspiration in the group. Keep it up. The reason I do that halfway through is, one, I try to jumpstart the people that aren't posting. And the other reason is I try to continue the people that are posting. I want them to know that I'm noticing and I appreciate it. And then at the end of the group, I go back, especially to those rock star coaches, and I just, again, tell them how much I loved having them in the group and that they were, they inspired me daily. And then I just ask them the question, have you ever considered becoming a Beachbody coach? And I don't give them any of the details. I don't tell them the discount. I don't tell them the commission. I don't tell them how much I've made as a coach or anything like that. I just say, have you ever thought about becoming a Beachbody coach? And then I let them respond back to me. I like to hear what they say back. When I first was a coach, I would bombard people with all the information for why Beachbody is amazing, why they should become a coach, all the discounts they get, like the opportunity, like I would just literally like word vomit on them every single thing that they need to know about Beachbody. But now I've kind of learned, I just like to ask them that question and have them come back to me with their questions, with their concerns, with if they think it would be a good fit for them or not. And then I can actually respond to their questions and concerns and not what I think their questions and concerns are going to be. So at that point, if they say they're interested, I normally share what is coaching call, get them signed up before my next new coach boot camp. And the really cool thing about signing your challengers as coaches is they already know how to run a challenge group. So you don't have to teach them how to run a challenge group. They already get it. They purchased a challenge pack. They joined a challenge group. They completed a challenge group. Most of them are ready to go and running their own challenge group. It makes it super easy for me. I don't feel like I have to train my coaches as much. Whereas my other coaches that sign up and they've never done a Beachbody product, they've never been in a challenge group, the first thing I do is I say, hey, let's get you in my next challenge group, so that they can learn how to be a coach. So signing your challengers makes it way easier. And my most successful coaches have been my challengers. So that's kind of what I do. So I don't know if there's any questions or anything else you want me to cover, Jackie.
Yeah, that was perfect. I actually have a bunch of questions for you, and I'm sure other people do too. So if you guys have any questions, pop them in the chat box. I have a couple questions for you though. Mm-hmm. And maybe other people have these same questions. So when you are talking to your challengers, you said obviously you first ask them for their goals and get that information, so all those questions answered about them specifically. And then you said the second thing you said them, like, is it just like one big long message with all the information? You don't go through like the 5-step invitation process. You just kind of cut to the chase after that first message?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can read you an example of what I post back.
Would you be willing to share with us your script process?
Yeah. And I create a new one every time a new workout program comes out. So okay. I can send you, I have a 21-day fix one. I have a 22-minute hardcore one, whatever you want. I can send them to you. And they, yeah. And I'll just send it to you, and it kind of goes through it. I even create templates, and this is something you guys could do for your teams, but I even create templates of ideas for what they can post on Facebook when they're promoting their challenge group for that specific workout. Okay. So, and that's all in the template. I'll send them to you.
So do you always pick a program, like one program, or do you run mixed groups?
I run mixed groups, and I do both.
Okay.
I normally only do a specific group if I'm doing 21-day fix or if a brand new workout has come out.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Don't be shy, you guys. So another question I have for you is, do you run any free groups, or do you always just run Beachbody challenge groups?
Yep, I do. I do a free group probably once a quarter, and I switch it up all the time. This last quarter, I did an abs and 7-day clean eating challenge. When I run a free group, my whole goal is to get them results fast. And a lot of times I'll offer a 7-day Shakeology kit. to people. So I start my group early so I have enough time. If people want to order Shakeology, they can. And I normally post the meal plan really early too, if I'm doing like a 7-day meal plan. And in the meal plan, it includes Shakeology. So right away, people are like, okay, I can't even do the full meal plan because I don't have Shakeology. So I try to try a 7-day pack that way. And then I always make sure that my free groups end about 2 to 3 weeks before my challenge group's going to start. So I have enough time to reach out to those people that were in that free group and give them enough time to sign up and join my challenge group if they want to keep going.
Okay, cool. That's a good idea about the 7-day Shakeology pack.
Yeah,
I like that. So, now you said if they tell you that it's too expensive or they can't afford it after that second message, you said you will tell them about the option to just purchase the fitness workout. Mm-hmm. Do you let those people in your challenge group if they decide to purchase?
Yeah, I do. And the reason being is hopefully they will try Shakeology if they see everybody posting about it. Or maybe they'll become a coach, and then at that point they'll buy Shakeology. Okay. I even will let people, if they come to me and say, hey, my friend has T25 I'm going to borrow, can I be in your group? I will totally let them in. One of my diamond coaches did that. She dusted off T25, joined my challenge group, ended up signing up to be a coach. So I always try to like reel myself in. My first goal is to get them to buy a challenge pack. If I can't get them to buy a challenge pack, they can't afford it, or they just won't pull the trigger and do it, I will try any other way I can to get them in my challenge group, because our first goal is to help people get healthier. So if there's any way I can get them in, that's my goal. Even if they sign up for the free on-demand membership for 30 days and join the group doing that, at least they're in the group, they're feeling the motivation, they're feeling the camaraderie of a group, they're hopefully getting results, they're trying Beachbody products. You never know what that can turn into.
Mm-hmm. Love it. That's awesome. Okay, so I feel like I had one more question. You said you boost the post every month. Do you just click the blue button, or do you have like a system?
So I've done a few things, and I will try different things all the time. So normally I'll do one of two things. I'll either boost the post to people that have liked my page, or I'll boost it to a target. If I boost it to a target, what I do is I go to my fitness page and I click on insights and I look at the people that are looking at my page. So for me, it's 98% women, ages 25 to 44. So if I'm going to boost my post, I'm going to boost it to women ages 25 to 44. And normally I just boost it to that target. I know other coaches add interests and that kind of thing to target their boosts more specifically to their market. But every time I have boosted a post and added a ton of interests, I feel like I get less response than if I just keep it broader and just keep it to women in the age group that, is most interested in what I'm doing. And I just boost to that. Okay. And if I start boosting a post and I don't feel like I'm getting a good response from it and people aren't emailing me to join the group, then I pause the boost, I stop spending the money on it, and I try something different. So even if you boost something for $30, try it for a few days. And if you're not getting the response, pause the boost. You're not locked into spending the $30. You can pause it and try something different.
Okay, we got a comment. Can you review again how you get challengers to stay active with posting in the challenge group? Running my first group and participation really dropped after about 2 weeks.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things you can do. I lay out the rules of the group really specifically in the beginning. So I say, you need to take a before and after picture. You need to take your measurements. If you're not going to post them in the group, you need to email them to me. This is what you need to post in the group every day. Your sweaty picture, your Shakeology, a motivational post. And I always do a gift or a prize for the person that posts the most and is the most consistent. If halfway through the group people aren't posting, One, I'll like message the people that aren't posting and just reach out to them and find out what's going on. You know, are they liking the workout program? Are they liking Shakeology? If not, encouraging them to post if they aren't posting. Another really cool thing you can do is halfway through the group, you can sign them up with accountability partners. So you basically post in the group and you say, okay, I'm going to team you guys up. And if you have 10 people in the group, you split them up into groups of 5. So they have their team member. And I just tell them you will only earn points if both of you post your workout and your Shakeology for the day. If one person does their workout and doesn't post, then sorry, the other person doesn't get their points. Now, I don't know how you guys count your points, but a lot of times I just end up eyeballing it. I just scroll through and see who's posting the most. And I don't know if you guys do prizes or whatever, but I find prizes motivate people. So I'll just kind of scroll through and see who's posting the most. Even if I tell them they're accountability partners and they're only going to get points if one person posts, I don't go through and spend the time to count who posted on what day and if they both posted. But I will tell you that people don't want to feel like they're letting someone else down. And they don't want to be responsible for someone who's busting their butt for not getting points. So when I team people up and I do an accountability like that, I team up the people that are posting a lot with the people that aren't posting a lot to try to encourage people to get back active. And that always helps.
Any other questions? No? Well, that was really awesome. I took a lot of notes. I hope you guys did. Really good ideas, and that'll hopefully help everybody with having a successful challenge group in May, because it's coming up in a couple days. And just thank you so much, Kelli, for sharing with us all your awesome insights and tips on challenge groups and how to get people really excited and ready to reach their goals. It's super, super, super helpful for everybody. So you guys go give Kelli some love on her Facebook page. Let her, know that you appreciated her tips tonight, and thank her for joining us. And if you guys have any other questions that maybe come up after, feel free to, post them in our team page or send me a message, and I can always ask Kelli. I can shoot her a message, and she'll be happy to answer any additional questions that you guys have. But thank you so much, Kelli. We really appreciate your time, and I know it's getting late for everybody on the East Coast, Central Time. It's getting late too, and it's morning time for me right now. So my daughter's probably going to wake up in like 10 minutes. But thanks again, and thank you guys for being on here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording, and that's pretty much it for tonight. Okay. Oh.